But hey, can I say something with this? With all this talk about politics as well, there's one thing I want to mention, and this is because, going back to Charlie Kirk and all that stuff, that's when I got my political awakening. But to be honest, like in the last few years, number one, because the problem with politics, it makes everyone jerks, man, on both sides. And especially, I'm sorry, and maybe I'm biased, but like people who are, I've never seen like a calm liberal like express their opinions.
Oh my God,
they're always like foaming at the mouth and just like, yo, chill.
Bro,
foaming at the mouth with blue or green hair.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
Like you there's no medium with you either.
Hey man, that's why he's on here.
I'm sorry for him.
But like, kind of, Emmanuel, I don't know if you want to continue with the political conversation, but my thing is that I kind of got less political because at the end of the day, and this is what I truly believe in, is that at the end of the day, you make your own paradise.
100%.
That's why, like, with my experience, I went to college, I did engineering, and I wasn't satisfied. I want a world that I can create when I get married, and I have all these things that I want to do. And that's why I went into entrepreneurship. I know that's not for everybody,
right?
But that's one of the reasons why I get your point, Manny, about Trump. But also, so Trump to me is also inconsequential. He might go ahead and affect some policies here and there. I like the big picture of Trump because people are becoming more conservative. Everybody realized that this liberalism has gotten way too crazy.
Not to interrupt you, but I don't even think that people are becoming more conservative. I think people are just like opening their eyes to
wanting to be more sane,
right?
Because it was getting a bit much.
It has gotten out of hand.
I'll agree with that. It was getting a little out of control.
It has totally gotten out of control.
But I think Trump definitely contributed to the getting getting more out of control, because the one thing that we don't do in America is calm, reasonable, like
that's true.
Extremes. We don't do moderation.
Yeah, but Manny, like just
everything
because
here is big, like in Texas.
Yeah, but my problem is that like I can't control somebody's crazy. Like if I'm just being like,
you can't control somebody's crazy. Because
even I get the point that you're trying to say, but the problem with people's reaction to Trump was over the top. It was over the top because also, if you want to put it this way, Trump is not some crazy like he's changing everything and he's a fascist. People are looking at him as a fascist and people are overreacting. So when you say that, he's contributing it, I think it's not that. I think people are just overreacting to him.
Yeah, people are overreacting to him. That's the entire point. Like, it had Hillary been elected.
You're the problem.
Huh?
You're the problem.
Yeah, I mean, just like we're discovering
they're
now.
the problem. The people out, especially now, because now you believe these things and people want you dead.
Just because, just like we're discovering now that after the death of Charlie Kirk, all of a sudden we discovered we had a bunch of gay demon possessed people that are like hating Charlie Kirk when he was the most moderate of all the Republican talkers. Ben Shapiro said more weird stuff than he did.
Bro, that meme that we were seeing on Instagram when like half the country is justifying his death and then you believe the same things. Everyone was like, "Yo, this is crazy."
That's what I found most like
scary.
It was scary and it hurt the most because when we first started becoming more politically aware, we started listening to Charlie Kirk, and we actually just like stopped listening to Charlie Kirk because he was so milquetoast.
Yeah, actually, he was boring. I found him boring. I found him boring for a long time.
He was not saying anything of substance. Well, not nothing of substance, but he wasn't saying anything.
Is that we wanted like more advanced like concepts of conservatism and how politics, and he's very like general speak. That's another thing that pisses me off. That why they killed him, because he was in an extreme. He's not a right extremist at all. He's like a middle of the road, moderate like Republican.
And there's even videos of him like kicking out like white supremacist dudes from his thing.
100%. Yeah,
you know.
Yep.
So I like that.
But not once has that
bro.
been talked about. Not once has that been circulated.
No.
Like you have to actually actively look for those videos to find that, and you have to do some digging because it's not going to be easy. Of course, for the left to find or
no, they can't read.
or want to look for it or talk about it because yes, and it's just crazy because they're throwing out all these words like one, of course he's racist, his best friend is black, but whatever. I mean. It's just, it's gotten to a point of, like, I don't know who said it. It was you or it was Michael earlier when we started this. Like, it's become scary to talk and like have an opinion. Yeah. And
I don't know if I want like I'm more scared, but I'm also even like more emboldened. Doesn't it kind of embolden you more?
No, like I don't
for
sure.
Like I don't care what people think anymore. Like
I mean, I never have, and I don't think I'm going to start now at this big age. It's just not happening. Like I don't care, but it's kind of ridiculous because the left also preaches, acceptance, but that comes with an asterisk, right? There's a small print. There is acceptance as long as you are abiding by, their rules, policies, and regulations. Yeah. If you step out of that, you are forever canceled. You are a fascist. You are a homophobe. Yeah. You are a racist. You are just anything under the sun that they can possibly think of.
It's exactly what we were just talking about before we got into the podcast. Like,
so insane.
For a Christian, conservative, Latino person, the highest authority is the Creator Himself, is God.
Exactly.
And so when we have morals, when we have ethics, what we hold ourselves to is a higher authority even than government. But what does the secular person, what does the atheist hold most supreme? It's the rule of law, it's government.
Exactly.
And so where do they go to enforce their morality? They go straight to the government. And that's really the danger that I see in going more to the left. Again, I'm more center than anything, but
same.
That's really the difference. I think now that, again, if Hillary was president, COVID wouldn't have happened, right? None of this would have happened if Hillary was president, right? It would have been just more of the same. It's just more boring. Like, nobody would be politically aware. Oh, you'd go up to people in the street, be like, "Oh, I'm not really political. Like, I don't even know what politics is. I can't
really hate that I'm inclined to agree with you."
That's what I'm saying.
But it's true.
But now that we have these extremes, I don't think there's any going back in our society. I think we're doomed to death spiral into like this nihilistic wasteland of like weird people, having like weird opinions all of a sudden.
Dude, there's a video going around. I don't know if I sent it to you guys. I don't think so. I think I saved it to send it to you guys. This girl is, yelling at, I think it's about or at Charlie Kirk, talking about say no to fascism, or you're a fascist, This guy comes up to her and says, "Oh, you think he's a fascist?" He goes, "Absolutely." He goes, "What does fascism mean?" Well, I don't know necessarily what fascism mean.
Katie,
welcome to 2025. It's literally monkey see, monkey do.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, if Hillary was president, none of this would have happened. Everybody would be like dumb still. But now that this did happen, now that we are on this weird alternate timeline of the weirdest events that have ever occurred, we've lived through everything.
We are tired.
We're tired. We're tired. That's a good point.
9/11.
Yeah, we millennials been through a lot.
Star became president. We live in a clown world now.
Yeah,
this is wild. Men are women now.
And
this is weird.
And Manny, we were talking about this like the word propaganda, right? I used to think like when what was propaganda? We see it in the history and stuff. We used to think like propaganda was blatant, like when you see a video and things like that. And I used to think like most people just dismiss propaganda because it's like, oh, this is just agenda pushing. But I underestimate the power of propaganda.
1,000,000%. I think we all did.
Like I'm like scared of like this is like one of the most powerful forces in the human experience.
I blame school.
Yeah, I mean it's propaganda. Yep. When you're telling people, because the thing is that again, what we were talking about earlier, people are not incentivized to, hey, go out and like look for yourself. People are they're basically told like, hey, here's a very out of context clip,
word
and
of mouth.
And this is what you should think about.
Word of mouth.
Exactly.
It's word of mouth.
And it's just propaganda. Scary, man. It's scary,
bro. We heard about propaganda in like school and high school and stuff, but I think we've been done a disservice because you can't really go onto the internet now and be like, oh, well, what kind of propaganda did Hitler put out about the Jews? What kind of propaganda did Hitler use to get power? Well, you can't really go on there because we try to censor everything about Hitler. You can't listen to his speeches. You can't listen to this and that. So we don't know how things became the way they were. And now we have this void. We can't defend against it because we haven't ever seen it before.
And you know what some people are going to hear after about you saying that?
That I want to listen to Hitler.
You want to be just like him.
There's a really good song about him, though, by Kanye West.
Bro, you about to cancel this man's podcast before it even starts.
Anything and everything that has to do with the podcast.